James, give us your take on that game tonight.
The moment the final whistle went, I was really disappointed because we've just conceded a very late penalty off the back of what was a very good performance from us. So yeah, it was like anyone else. The initial feeling when the whistle goes at the end is because you've been so close to 3 points, you're disappointed that you didn't get them. But taking a little bit of time, and I'm obviously aware in-house of the 48 hours that we've had since the last game. The players we've lost, how the last 48 hours have been. I think if you zoom out, I think a point is a good point here. I think, from Saturday's game, we've lost Sam Beckwith to injury. We've lost Toby to injury. Liam and Adi Barlow were unable to start tonight, and truthfully, if I'd have had other subs, they wouldn't have been on the bench either because they couldn't come on, so they literally came down here and sat here for us. Charlie Weston comes in out of nowhere because we lose Jake Berger, who's unfit to play tonight with an issue from the game on Saturday. Ethan Ebanks-Landale comes in, and does first 90 in 8 months. Kyron Gordon, still on the recovery trail, does 90. So much from the madness of the last 48 hours for the team to come here on what's a really difficult night, and the pitch is an absolute cow field. I can't not call it what it is. The pitch is a cow field. The ball won't sit still on it whatsoever. There's no football to be played. It was a real tricky night. We scored a really good goal, and we controlled so much of the game. So I think naturally there's a feeling of instant disappointment because we didn't get the win. But when I take all that into account and consider the equation completely, it's a good point on the road at a tough place. And I have to say, I think the penalty against us was probably the only decision I think the referee got right tonight. I got booked, of course, because I was furious with the performance, because I felt that he decided to react to the pressure that he was being put under by the opposition. I thought we handled almost all moments of the game. It was unfortunate that we didn't go 2 up. We scored a brilliant goal and hit the post first half, and we had some moments. But I think all those changes that I did tell you about from the off, Greg, I started to see the tiredness in us in the last 10 minutes of the game. I hoped we could have been able to hold on because I didn't have changes really to make from the bench. We lost Connor also mid-game, who's felt his hamstring. So I don't think a week has gone by at the moment where we haven't had a muscle injury or two. The fatigue is real. The reaction to late equalisers from people who don't have any information or context will be incorrect, probably, I would say, and possibly overreactionary. But within our walls and within my own thoughts, I know how deep the players dug tonight. They went to the wire on a really tough night, and as I say, pitch is horrific. So I'm really proud of them.
I know you mentioned those players that were missing, Michael Adepoku as well out of the squad, but can you anticipate being in a healthy position come Saturday, or is that going to be assessed over the next few days?
Apologies, I forgot to mention Michael. Actually, Michael is just sick, so he wasn't able to make the trip down, but he would have offered us some brilliant freshness tonight, particularly with Toby picking up his injury. Yeah, I do. We will do what we need to do. We'll do everything we can do. Hopefully, some of the guys who couldn't play tonight for us will, be available again. Hopefully, Jake Berg's in a better situation. Hopefully, Liam and Adi are in better situations. I think it would have been unfair to ask Ian to go, again and again at where he's at in his career, despite the fact he always gives us his all. Carroll came in, gave everything in that position. Really unlucky not to score a goal himself, hitting the post. I think, yeah, we we had to do what we had to do tonight. There's 5 changes to the lineup. There's a lot of disruption, and yet despite that, the players were so good. We're greedy, aren't we? Because we were so close. So our sentiment lies with disappointment rather than happiness. But yeah, I think we'll do everything we can, Greg, to give everybody the cleanest bill of health we can, going into what is a really exciting game for the football club at the weekend.
You mentioned Ethan Eubanks-Landell coming back in. It was a superb delivery to Devante Rodney for the goal. He took it superbly as well. It
was a brilliant goal, brilliant pass from Eubanks. Stuff we've seen from him throughout my time, really in that position on the ball, finding passes for invading runners. Dev, excellent run, superb take, goes round the keeper. It was a brilliant goal. I thought at that point in the game we were looking very, very good. I think fatigue. I think fatigue in those dying moments of the game, we could see it. We could see how much it was starting to affect the performance. And Eubanks was one of them. Eubanks was feeling the fatigue late on, as were his teammates alongside him. But I was really pleased with him for that moment. So really pleased for Dev for the way he took his goal. Definitely be a good goal to look back on.
On to Saturday now. Obviously a big game for the football club, semi-final of the FA Trophy. Looks set to be a big crowd as well. How much are you and the lads excited by that game?
We're really excited. I'm super excited. My family are. It's a big occasion. We've earned the right to go and give it our best. We've come a long way in the trophy. It's been a test and run. We obviously the big local derby against Altrincham was a massive game. 2 playoff teams going at it. We were brilliant in that game. Played a team that were currently top of the league below, scoring loads of goals away on an AstroTurf pitch, and wherever we were fantastic down there. We played a home game in the away team stadium on a frozen AstroTurf, who'd just recently beaten our local rivals, so there was a weird element of bragging rights to that game. We won it on penalties despite a really good performance. Leamington was a really tough one as well. They were scoring goals in a good position in that league, and that was a tough place to go. Toby's goal celebration is part of the story as well. In that one, I remember it going viral. There's been all sorts in this trophy run, and I think it's been really exciting. I think it's been great for us as a football club. We've really enjoyed the run. It's brought an energy. The boys have thrived off it. The fans have. The fans have been singing "Que sera sera" off the back of that. But the further we've gone in the trophy, the more real the prospect and the hope of maybe reaching Wembley has been infectious to the team. Saturday will be really, really difficult. Really difficult when it comes to a semi-final. League factors and form and everything else, they all kind of go out the window, don't they? So over 90 minutes straight to penalties, it'll be a really difficult game. And I just want us all to unite in the stadium and enjoy the fact that we're in a semi-final of a trophy to get to Wembley, and we haven't been in that kind of position for a long, long time as a football team and a football club. So let's go.